This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past, present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
I'm Brittney Saunders.
And I'm alright, hey, and this is High Scrollers, the podcast version of your favourite group chat.
If it's trending, going viral or has you gripped, we're talking about it.
Coming up on this episode, it's a fun one, Dal. It's a good one for you this week. We are talking all things Olympics, got a lot of opinions about the Olympics, and an Australian icon has actually disappointed me so much this week that I have had to bend the rules of this podcast and do something I've never done before.
Plus, we're up for a very exciting award, and it's got me thinking back to winning awards in my talent quests in primary school, and Matt and I take a trip down memory lane.
And there's a brand new reality show coming to Australia. We've got some thoughts, and I spill some secrets on the time that I filmed a reality show that has never seen the light of day. All that and more coming up on this episode of High Scrollers. Deal me in, doll. Let's go.
Good morning, Matthew.
Hey, how are you?
You just, cringed.
Yeah, I always do when you say good morning. I don't know why. As I always say, it's a strange way to start a podcast, but I'll let you do whatever you'd like.
Well, we can change it. What would you like to do instead?
Nah, can't be bothered. Sorry.
Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, evening, whatever time it is then.
We are so excited because we've been nominated for a bloody award.
We've been nominated for an ARIA.
An ARIA award,
yeah.
you reckon? Yeah, they heard that episode of us singing about dog poo and they went, wow, give them the gold logie. We are a finalist in the Radio Today Podcast Awards in the Society and Culture, what do you call that? Category?
Yes,
yeah.
Category, but we're
campaigning for the People's Choice Award in general because, look, honestly, I've got no idea how it works. I've never been nominated for anything in my life, and it is just an honour just to be nominated.
Exactly right.
But
well, we're not even nominated. We're a finalist. I feel like that sounds better.
Yeah. Actually,
we're already there. We're finalists.
No, you're right. That does sound better. Oh, it's all about how you word things, isn't it?
Yes, exactly right. And because you're listening to this episode, you have signed a contract to say that you're going to go and vote for us. Because there's a People's Choice vote that needs to be done by every single one of you.
And it needs to be done this week. Entries close, I think, at the end of this week. So this is the only episode we can promote it in. So the link will be in the show notes for you. Scrollers, please go and at some point today. And it's in alphabetical order, right? You have to scroll down to Society and Culture and then find High Scrollers. Yes.
So if you could all do that, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. And there's only, all you need is a name and an email. And if you're someone like me who has 7 emails.
Just put any email on there. I also liked your thing that you said in your... what's your chat called?
Dals. Yes. My broadcast channel on Insta.
Yeah. You said if people have multiple emails that you wouldn't be mad if they voted a couple of times.
Yeah, exactly.
Few.
Although there was I got nominated I don't know what the terminology is, but I was up for an actor award a few years ago and I got on my stories and told people to do that. And I think I was literally disqualified. So
we didn't say that, only allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So we're not telling you to do that. But also if I had multiple emails, it may or may not be something that I would do to help out my favourite podcast, you know?
Yeah.
But who knows?
Have you ever won anything?
I have never won any awards when it's come to my work, social media and stuff. Never been up for anything, I think. So
about time, I feel like we're both owed an award.
I know. Well,
for all of the hard work that we do.
I was just hoping for one of the a legacy award or something at this point. When they just give someone an award for being in the industry for so long.
Yeah, long service leave kind of vibes.
Yeah.
But in the creator world.
Yeah, for sure. Have you ever won anything?
No.
Well, good chat.
No, the most... Well, okay. I've got to give myself one little shout out as well because I'm also nominated for an ACRA. And what you just said reminded me. I'm nominated for an ACRA award, which is like the ARIAs of the podcast and radio world. And I'm nominated for Best Talent. And the only thing that Best New Talent. Me. Best Talent. Best New Talent because I'm new. But the only thing that I have won in my life was my school talent quests.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Talent quests. That was where
do they
anyone
still do
could
those,
enter.
do you reckon?
Yeah, surely. But anyone could enter and you just basically did whatever you wanted
Yes.
if you had like a special skill or you were a dancer or
Yep.
singer or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I did a few of those as well. What did you do in yours?
Well, I did dancing when I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
So I did dancing and I did like solos and then I did like group dance as well. But I had that much fucking confidence that I would then get up in front of the whole school and do either my solo, like in front of the whole fucking school, or I even did like our group dance in front of our school. And I so vividly remember one year we danced to Cartoon Heroes by Aqua. We are the cartoon heroes. Whoa.
gosh.
Do you know that song?
Yes.
It's a fucking banger, by the way. If any of you haven't listened to it, go
Everything
listen to that
Aqua
song.
does is a banger.
And
Same with Venga Boys.
yes. And so I did our cartoon heroes dance and I had like a cape on and like a leotard. But because it was a group dance, like with, 30 kids or whatever, there was like one instrumental bit where it wasn't my part. And so I did this whole like 3-4 minute routine in front of my school. But for about 30 to 40 seconds, there's this instrumental part in the song where I was crouched down and like the rest of the group was dancing. So I remember just staying crouched down for like 30 to 40 seconds in front of my whole school. And
I wonder why.
You wonder why?
Like why?
Because it was a dance from my dance school with like 30 other kids.
Okay.
But I performed it by myself. Does that make sense?
Wait, so you've done the group dance.
Yes.
And in the little solo bit where you should be dancing, you've gone, nah, I'm just going to crouch down and
No,
do
because
nothing.
that wasn't my part in the big group dance. So I stayed like crouched down in a little ball and there's this part of the song and it was where all these other people danced. But because that wasn't my part, I just stayed crouched and it's like 30 to 40 seconds and then I got up again and kept going. Like, why didn't I just improvise in that 30 seconds? No, I stayed fucking crouched down, my head
Or just
down.
like walk off stage for a second.
I stayed fucking crouched down because that wasn't my part.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
But yeah, pretty sure I took that one out. And you know what? I don't think I've ever lost the confidence ever since then.
Wow.
I think that was my confidence builder.
I did the talent quest.
I'm surprised the teachers didn't go, are you all right? Like, I'm just crouched down here. Matt, I want to show you the position that I did.
Okay, she's showing me the position. She looks like she's about to start a running race. I did Talent Quest as well twice, and I won both times
What'd
as well.
you do?
So the first time was a little group performance with me and 3 or 4 friends in year 3, and we did a live rendition of the Wiggles' Toot Toot Chugga Chugga,
Oh,
Big
nice.
Red Car. But we because me and my friends back then in primary school, we used to just like make up songs and it was funny. Anyway, the point is, we got a little group together. We thought, let's do the talent quest. We did toot toot, and when we went toot toot, we went chugga chugga and lifted our tits. Like, it's hard to explain on a podcast, but we had our school uniforms as well tucked into our shirts. You know how you used to, as a kid, put your shirt round and make it into a bikini, and you'd tuck it into itself.
So you had your tops like that?
Yeah, we had our tops like that in front of the whole school, going toot toot chugga chugga, lifting our tits up, big red car, and then we did like hot potato, and I don't know, we were just throwing shit at each other on stage. We ended up winning, right? So then that gave me the confidence to do it the next year.
Yeah.
Which then I decided to do, let's go above and beyond, and I decided to perform Don't Funk With My Heart by the Black Eyed Peas. And I decided to breakdance.
Fuck, I tell you what, I wish that our parents, like, I know when we were kids, like, some parents had video cameras, like those old school things, but the thing that I'm most jealous of is, like, the kids that are growing up now, their parents have obviously got iPhones, everything's being videoed.
Yeah.
I would love to fucking look back on
And
our
see
talent
me.
quest and see us doing this embarrassing shit.
Like, I'd never break danced before in my life. I literally just put a bike helmet on and got on stage and started spinning on my head the best I could to Don't Funk With My Heart for the full 4.5 minute song.
For all of you teachers out there, what I want to know is, do talent quests still happen? And as the teachers, do you just piss yourself the whole time?
Yeah.
Because here I was thinking talent quests were real, legit, like we were great talent and what we were doing was amazing, but surely it's just like a laughing stock for the teachers. Surely they're just pissing at you, spinning around on your head.
Like, why did I do that? Like, what in me made me go, you know what? I'm going to break dance.
Because I feel like back then, as kids, we didn't have like any fears of judgment.
Yeah, so true.
We just had full confidence. Get up in front of the school and make a fool of ourselves.
So true.
We still do that online now, though, so...
If you were to go into a talent quest today, what would your skill be? Like, would you go tap dancing or what?
See, like, I would want to say yeah, but that's, like, embarrassing.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now I've got that fear of embarrassment to go in a talent quest.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I would want to say it would be tap dancing, but I feel like I'd have to do something more socially cool. What would you do? Like a comedy?
As an Australian, I meant to say as an adult or
no, now,
child.
if you had to go in one today.
Today as me, I'd probably do drag. I think that'd blow people away.
Yeah.
You know?
I would do tap, but I'd be embarrassed.
Yeah, fair. My God. Oh, do you reckon when you have a child, you'll be putting them in...
I'll be putting them in Bub's Idol.
In Bub's Idol?
Yeah.
Oh my God, remember that episode of Kath and Kim, everyone, where Kim puts Epony, Raylene, Charlene, Kathleen, Darlene, Nade, Craig in Bub's Idol? That's probably one of the best episodes of Kath and Kim ever, if I'm honest.
The nostalgia of seeing the shopping centre as well.
Yes. And you know what's so exciting when I was in Melbourne a few weeks ago is like driving past Fountain Gate and actually knowing it's like a real shopping centre.
Did you see they knocked down the Kath and Kim house and now it's this big modern thing?
Yeah. Like, how dare they? Like, in what world was that a good idea? Because they could have, like, heritage listed that, surely. They could have... I would have...
Turn it into a museum.
Right?
Fucking,
exactly.
People would pay to go and walk through that house in its original condition.
I'm pretty sure they did when it was announced they were going to knock it down. They were like, this is your last chance to come and see it. And you could pay and buy a ticket and walk through the house and take all the photos in the original, you know...
Keep it forever.
...thing. And that would have been so amazing to do. But, yeah, if I owned that house, there's no way... It's like... I feel like we've spoken about this before. That lady who owns the Breaking Bad house. You know the show Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Well, the house that it's filmed at, there's just a regular lady who lives there. Same with Sarah Jessica Parker's, like, Carrie Bradshaw's apartment in New York City. Like, you live in the apartment where the show is filmed. Like, you have bought that house. Surely you know what you're signing up for. But then they get angry for people, like, for fans coming and taking photos. And, like, when I went to the Sex and the City steps in New York City, like, it's all blocked off. It's like, do not, trespassers will be prosecuted, blah, blah, blah. I'm like... Then don't buy the fucking apartment, you wanker. Like, go live somewhere else. Like, if you're buying the Breaking Bad house and then she throws stuff at people and yells at people...
What the hell?
Who come and take photos of the house. And it's like, but you've chosen to live there. Sorry.
I feel the same about people that choose to live in, like, an area that has lots of pubs or something. Or, like, a pub across the road and then they fucking complain about noise.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like you're living across the road from a really busy pub.
Yeah, exactly.
You're living above restaurants.
Yeah, you live above a nightclub and then all you do is complain about the noise from the nightclub. It's like, live somewhere else. I know we're in a housing crisis at the moment. I know it's not that easy. But no, but what I'm saying is, like, I think the Breaking Bad house is a little bit different. I don't think that lady's just renting. I think if she was renting, it would be much easier to move, surely. But I don't know. I'm so with you on that. Maybe we're the minority there, but I'm like,
and speaking,
you're so right. Sorry, I've just done it again. Go ahead.
I was just going to say one last thing. Speaking of complaining, people complaining, neighbours.
Oh yeah.
We spoke about in the bonus episode, like my neighbours at the moment. They had another dig at AJ literally just a couple of days ago.
Oh no.
We got out the car out the front, and AJ's like, "Hey, go on, mate," and he's like, "Yeah, I'd be better if I got some sleep."
Oh, get over it.
They heard the episode for sure.
Oh my God. Can't wait to hear all the updates on your neighbours from hell. And make sure you go and listen to our Close Friends episode if you haven't heard that, because it is a banger.
Well, let's get on to our royal flush of the week. But my royal flush, I mean, I'm bending the rules as always. This is not something I saw on the internet, but it's something that I've posted about a lot on the internet. As you all know, I am obsessed with Pink V Refresh.
Oh, yeah.
This is not sponsored at all, but I'm still waiting for a sponsorship from V. But Pink V sent us a custom Pink V fridge and filled it to the brim, and it's in our warehouse.
You're joking.
Yep. It's pink, like the whole thing. We're obviously going to make heaps of content about it. So that's my royal flush. Not that it has come from the internet, but it has, because I've posted about Pink V enough that they have sent us our own Pink V fridge.
I'm so jealous.
And apparently, I don't. Apparently,
Oh,
they're
did you
gonna.
bring me one of the other flavors?
No, I was fucking meant to and I forgot because they come out with a new purple flavor yet to try. But apparently they're gonna keep refilling it for us.
Oh, well, I'm getting a job at Fate, love. Because
Seriously?
I every time I go to Coles to do the groceries, I check because sometimes they give you, if you do love the pink fee like we do, they have the little 4-packs. Now they're like $11 or something usually. They go on sale so often half price. Get them for $5.50. So 4 of them for $5.50. So what? Do the math, someone. That's what, $1.50-ish for one can.
It's basically free.
That's a steal. They're the little mini cans, but that's all I need. I can't do the big cans.
See, the only reason why I drink a big can is like if I'm having a drink of anything, I want it to last as long as it can. Like if I drink the little mini 250ml one, it's like 3 sips and it's gone.
Yeah.
Well, I want to like savor it and like sip on it for an hour. That's the only reason why I like the big one.
Yeah, fair.
Don't give me a small
I actually
Coke
drink it for the energy, so that's that's where we're different. You're just drinking for fun.
Same if I get like fast food, like I always get the large because I want like the Coke at the end to last for ages.
Sure. Yeah, no, I'm with
Same
you on
applies
that.
for V. I want it to last.
Because you need the large when you get fast food because you've got to have a couple sips beforehand, then sip during, then you've got to enjoy it afterwards as well.
That's a good question, actually.
What?
In what order do you eat? Like, let's say you're getting fries, burger, drink. What is your method?
Always have a sip first.
Right.
Sip of the drink. Couple chips, obviously, because they're easy to get in.
Yeah.
And then burger, and then back to chips to finish.
I
and
would
then
say I'm the
finish
same.
Drink. Yeah.
Yep, I'm the same. Do you reckon that's the way everyone does it?
Surely. Like, who eats all of their chips and then finishes with a burger? That is psychotic.
But what if you also got some nuggets? Like, what if you got burger, nuggets, chips, and a drink?
Nuggets are between burger and drink.
Okay.
Yeah. Because nuggets aren't a priority to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a priority. I feel nuggets are really nice. I'm also one of those gross people who will just stack the burger with nuggets and chips as well and just make it one big bonanza of...
See, I've never tried chips on a burger.
You...
I've never.
You've never put chips on a burger?
I've never put chips on a burger.
Oh, I'm getting up. The delivery app. So we've got to try this by the end of the episode.
I've never had chips on a burger. I can imagine it's good.
You're joking.
No, I've never.
What do you mean? What are you
Because
doing?
I don't know. I've just never tried it. I see everyone doing it all the time, but just never
Also,
tried it.
Random little tidbit for you. Eat your burgers upside down.
You reckon it's
I'm
better?
not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. It changes everything.
Because is the meat on the top normally?
No, the meat's usually on the bottom.
Okay.
So if you flip it upside down, then the meat's on the top.
Right.
So letting you all know that eating your burgers upside down, I don't know what it does. Well, I do know what it does. I've read about it before. It's the same as like cutting a sandwich diagonally as opposed to straight across. Apparently, it distributes the flavors more evenly if it's diagonally or something stupid.
Right.
And they hit your taste buds differently. So turning the burger upside down means that the flavors hit your taste buds in a different way, giving you a different experience. So maybe some people might not like it as much, but God, I just eat all my burgers upside down and I wouldn't have it any other way. No matter where it's from, it's always upside down.
I'm going to try it.
Okay, good. Well, I have a reverse
Why can't we talk?
I don't know, but I'm really struggling today. And look, I have a reverse royal flush for you. So I'm breaking the rules as well because you do it every bloody week and I try and stick. I'm a rule follower. But this week I saw something that I couldn't let slip and I wanted to talk about it in this episode, but I didn't know where I'd be able to put it. So I thought I'd do it in my royal flush, but flip it on its head and call it a reverse royal flush, which means this is the worst thing I've seen on the internet this week. And that is none other than Miss Nikki Webster. Shout out to Nikki Webster, friend of the podcast. Hello, darling. How are you? My God, love Nikki Webster. Did you know I went to the Sydney 2000 opening ceremony with my dad? And I'm pretty sure the tickets that Dad got, which this is back in obviously 2000, so, you know, inflation, baby, inflation. But back then, I'm pretty sure he told me that the tickets cost $3,000 together to go to the Olympics. Yeah. So they were $1,500 each, but that's back in 2000. So now I don't know how much that would be with inflation, but they'd be so much more expensive. Yeah. To like sit in the stadium was so, well, you can imagine everyone in the world, like who cares about the Olympics wants to go.
I learned something about the Olympics last night. I've obviously never been, but what I didn't know is I was watching my friend's story on Instagram who's currently over, like to watch some of the Olympics. I didn't realise that all the games aren't like close to each other.
Yeah.
like they are hours in different directions.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The most obvious one for me is the surfing.
Well, obviously that, but what I didn't
Like, where are you
realize,
surfing in France, babe?
no, I get that, but like he was going to watch the soccer,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm going to watch the soccer today, but he didn't realize it's a 4-hour drive,
Yeah.
like out of that area in somewhere completely different. And then he was on his story saying, what the fuck? Because he was like me and assumed it was all kind of in one city or something.
Well, yeah, for the because you look at Sydney,
Well,
and we have Olympic Park.
no, but then he asked on his story, like, am I dumb or are all the Olympics like this? And then people were saying, apparently, when we did have the Olympics here, like, yeah, it was in Sydney, but then there was some games in Brisbane.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? I thought it was all in one spot.
No.
You learn something new every day.
I knew it was spread out, but maybe I didn't know it was spread out to that extent. Like,
Yeah.
4-hour drive, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do remember there being Brisbane things and whatnot, and yeah.
There you go. I thought it was all in one fucking spot.
Can I just say something with my whole chest right now?
Yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck about the Olympics. Sorry. Like, and you know what? It makes me feel like a shit person. Like I look at myself and I go, am I an asshole for not giving a shit about? But I'm being honest with you. I can't think of anything worse than sitting down and giving a shit about the Olympics. Now, the opening, closing ceremonies, sure, camp, fun. Yeah. Oh my God, lovely, love it. But the actual, I couldn't give a shit how many gold medals Australia wins. Couldn't give a shit who takes out the crown or whatever happens. I don't care about watching any of the, well, I mean, although I do love the ribbon twirling, I will say. The ribbon twirling, no, because that's been coming up on
that look so fucking easy.
It's been coming up on the For You page, the ribbon twirling. It's actually so much more than just standing there and twirling a ribbon. They've got full choreographed dance routines where they're catching the stick in between their legs as they do a cartwheel. Like, it's insane how good the ribbon twirlers are and just so, like, majestic to watch. So I do love that, and obviously I love the diving. I mean, hello. The men's diving specifically. Oh, can't get enough of that. Shout out to friend of the show, Tom Daly. I mean, and thank you. Tom Daly for me is like the Zac Efron, how as he gets older, he like grows
Who's
with
Tom Daly?
Oh, I don't have the time, darling.
Who is it?
Get up a photo for me. Go Google girl, please. But he's a diver from the UK, and anyway, he's just really hot and he's gay. And basically, when I was younger and he was younger, he was like my crush. And then as he's gotten older, he's like retained like the way that my taste is changing, if that makes sense. Similar to Zac Efron, like when we were young, like he was like so hot. And like,
oh yeah, that's him when he was a child, and I can get how you would have had a little crush on him when you were a kid.
Yeah. And then he came out as gay, and I was like, well, it's my
sense.
moment. It's my moment. And of course that hasn't worked out, but that's fine. Very happy regardless. But yeah, love the men's day. Oh, look at all these photos on Google. I mean, Brittney, I mean, hello. Not that one. Get rid of that one. Look at that. Oh.
I have a lot of respect for people whose bodies
walk around like
are
that.
like chiseled like that.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of life are you living where you can be like sculpted?
Yeah.
What kind of diet are you doing? What is your fucking workout routine? Like, how do people have bodies that are literally chiseled?
I don't know. We don't have the time to go. Sorry. Okay, we're going to have to get rid of this off Google because I'm distracted by Tom Daly now.
That's his husband.
Yeah, which, I mean, lovely. Happy for them. But I think, he would have been better off with me. Anyway. No, so anyway, where was I going with this? The Olympics.
You were saying you don't give a fuck about the Olympics.
I don't give a fuck about the Olympics, and like, and if sport is your passion, I love that for you. And if you, I'm so happy that you are so proud and you've worked your whole life to get there. Like, I commend you for that. Like, I'm not saying that. I don't want you to twist my words.
Yeah.
But I couldn't give a fuck about the Olympics. I couldn't. Unless it's Lady Gaga, whose performance was top tier. Just so fun. Remember how I've had to explain what camp is on the podcast before? Lady Gaga's performance at the Paris opening ceremony was the definition of camp.
When I saw it, I didn't watch it because obviously it was at like 2 a.m. or whatever, but then I woke up and saw all bits of it. As soon as I saw it all, I thought Matt is going to say this is so camp. Yes. And then I said to AJ, this is camp. And AJ's like, what's that? Camping. But I knew as soon as I saw it all. But I'll tell you, I did see a lot of people saying, and there was speculation, you know how they did the can dance? The Moulin Rouge dances?
Yes.
And how they were all out of time?
Yes.
And then I saw people on Reddit saying they reckon it was like a sound issue and that they all couldn't hear.
No. I know the answer.
What?
So I saw a video from one of the dancers on TikTok. So yes, if you didn't see, they were doing the can, but everyone was out of time. People weren't lifting their legs all the way up.
And these are the Moulin Rouge dancers.
Yes.
Like they shut the Moulin Rouge
Yes.
to do this dance.
So it was raining and the ground was so slippery that if they kicked higher, they may have like fallen out from underneath themselves. So they didn't want to slip over because one of Lady Gaga's dancers slipped over.
I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, so they looked atrocious.
They looked like they were all freaking out
of time. It looked like a first rehearsal and none of them had ever met before. It was a mess. It was a mess.
Oh, they would have felt so bad. I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I feel bad for them too. But then they explained that the ground was so wet that they couldn't do their high kicks because if they would have had a moment like me in your house, baby.
They would have fucking smack bang through the floor.
Yeah, winded themselves, landed on the car and all the fate samples in the garage.
Oh, I feel bad for them. Surely they should have had like a backup routine if the ground was wet. Like, were they not looking at the fucking weather?
Yeah, I don't know.
Could they not have done more like one where their legs don't leave the ground as often?
Yeah. And you know what else was camp? Celine Dion performing on the Eiffel Tower.
I know.
That was
very emotional.
Oh, one of the most incredible things I've ever seen.
Yeah, they really went all out. Like, what the fuck? Here I was picturing it in one stadium and it's just like all the teams walking through.
Yeah.
And it's like across the whole city.
Yeah.
How did they orchestrate that?
I don't know. But I love that. I didn't really watch too closely, obviously, but were all the countries, they were all going down the, like, river. What's it called?
In, like, a boat.
Seine or something?
Yeah.
Don't know. But they were all going down. I really loved that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I think you just do what you can with
Would
what you've got in your city.
Would they have rehearsed that? Like, how do you rehearse something that big?
I did see Lady Gaga rehearsals for, I guess individual performances were rehearsed, but maybe like
not
the
as
thing
a
as a whole probably wasn't. But yeah, I think it was just one of the most chaotic and random and full-on opening ceremonies I think ever. But that's France, isn't it?
Yeah.
So full-on, so wild. But anyway, this is my reverse royal flush, and we're meant to be talking about Nikki Webster. We've gone on a huge tangent here, people.
Back to Nikki.
Nikki Webster, right. She's my reverse royal flush of the week. Worst thing I've seen on the internet. Poor thing. I feel bad because she's a national treasure, isn't she?
She is.
She's a national treasure. Obviously, that's what I was saying. I got to see her actually do her, big performance at the Sydney 2000 Olympics opening ceremony. I got to see that in person. And I will never forget, like in my brain, I can so clearly picture me sitting in that stadium and seeing her fly around the stadium on those strings. And of course, as like, I think I was like 5 at the time or something, like seeing that, I was like, I didn't know she was on strings. I just thought she was flying, So magical, absolutely magical, beautiful. Central Coast girl, I'm pretty sure. She's got a dance studio up there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. And I used to see her at Eora Nicole's all the time doing her shopping when I was living up there. But anyway, that's beyond the point. I'm trying to just buffer this and say, Nikki Webster, I actually love you. You're gorgeous. But what the fuck was that performance on Play School or whatever you were doing earlier this week? I mean, she sung absolutely everybody with like a choir of some sort. If you, producer Hannah, will we be able to play some of it just so our scrollers can really get the vibe?
Absolutely everybody, everybody, everybody. Absolutely everybody in the whole wide world. Absolutely everybody, every boy and every girl. Absolutely everybody.
Absolutely everybody. Look, it's not so much like the voice. Like the voice is not what I'm talking about. It's just the entire ensemble in general. First of all, I feel like the orchestra, because it sounds live, like they're playing,
like a bit out of time.
They're a bit out of time. She's a bit fast. Then she's a bit slow. Then the choir's a bit off. Then Big Ted and Humpty Dumpty aren't looking right either.
Big Ted and Humpty fucking Dumpty.
well, the camera cuts to them. What are they doing? They're not putting any effort in either.
Wait,
Pathetic.
There's little Ted and Humpty Dumpty and Big Ted.
They're just sitting there not pulling their weight either. Pathetic. Cost them up pathetic.
What's the cat's name? I can't remember.
I can't remember, but
Moses?
everyone just looks like they've been forced at gunpoint to stand there and sing this bloody song. And Nikki Webster's doing her best, but my God, I actually watched that.
She should have just done Strawberry Kisses. Like, it would make more sense for play school.
Because it's the Olympics, babe.
Yeah, but fuck.
So
Get Vanessa Amorosi if they're going to sing that song.
Well, yeah. So I think absolutely everybody was like the Olympic anthem of Sydney.
Yeah.
So this week being the Olympics, I think Vanessa's over in LA.
Right.
Did you know, fun fact for you. Here's a fun fact for you, everyone. I was actually, remember I was doing my driving with series? We actually contacted Vanessa Amorosi to do driving with, and she, or at least her team, was so on board to do it, and we almost had it, and then the dates wouldn't line up, and she really wasn't going to cost that much either for us to have her on.
Is she Australian?
She is Australian, but she lives, well, at the time she was LA based, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure I've told this before as well, but we also had Kylie Minogue's team on board, but then that never eventuated either. Damn. And that was going to cost a lot more money. But I was like, we're paying it to have Kylie Minogue in the series. But yeah, that second one that we did, because remember that was like a sponsored thing. So we were like, well, we've got this budget. Let's go hard or go home. We asked everyone. Carl Sanderlands, he turned me down straight away.
That's probably a good thing.
We tried him for Drag It Out as well as Carl Stefanovic. Both of them, nil interest in being in drag. They were like, no way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we almost had Vanessa Amorosi, but that didn't work out. But that's okay. Maybe next time I'll ask Nikki Webster. I'll just say no singing in the car. No, bloody love her. I feel bad, but bloody love her. But I just was like, that's got to be the worst thing. And I mean, the comments you can imagine, poor thing.
Oh, what are some of the comments? I've got it here.
Yeah, just have a look, please.
One is, why didn't they just get Vanessa Amorosi to sing it? This is giving drunken karaoke song along.
Sing along, I think they mean.
That says song along. Someone said, oh dear. A lot of comments saying it's giving karaoke. It is giving karaoke, when you've had 10 drinks at the pub. That's what it's giving. And then the toys are there. It's a lot. Big Ted and Humpty Dumpty.
Jemima. Where's Jemima? That's what I'm... Conspiracy theory. Jemima's... Where's Jemima, please? I want her. Nikki Webster's kicked Jemima out to sing this bloody song.
I love that we remember the toys from fucking play school, and I wonder if they're the original toys or if they've had to replace them over the years.
Oh, surely replaced. Surely
wonder
they're
where the
replaced.
original ones are.
I think they're in there.
Them?
I think they're there.
Okay.
But they're just not on set.
There's a bear in there.
And a
chair as well. There are people with games and stories to tell.
Yeah, wow, what a banger. And I always chose the arch window.
Yeah.
That was because you know what? Everything else was a bit plain. I had to go
the different one.
I had to go the different one. I had to go the gay one. The arch window is arguably the LGBTQIA plus icon of play school.
I'm pretty sure when I was little too, I worked out that you could tell what one it was going to be. I don't remember exactly how, but I remember figuring out the formula and knowing what it was going to be.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't remember now because I haven't watched it forever. But I think I could always tell depending on something that happened. I think I used to always want to pick the diamond one.
The diamond one?
Yeah.
I don't remember a diamond one.
Wasn't it square, round, arch, diamond, I swear?
I think there were only 3.
No, there was definitely a diamond, I swear.
Is this a Mandela effect? Because I don't think there was a diamond. There was a clock with a slide as well. Do you remember that? There was a clock and it had a slide and the clock would go round.
And would something come down?
Something would come down
like
the slide.
Like a present or a prize?
Yeah.
I remember so many things from play school.
What else? See, Noni was my icon. Noni. And Monica as well. I met Monica.
And Simon.
Do you know, my mum made us... Back in the day, they had this, kids, big festival sort of thing where, Nickelodeon stars and play school stars and everything like that. It was like Comic-Con, but for kids shows.
Yeah.
And my mum took me and we lined up for hours to meet Monica. And by the time we got there, I was so excited to see Monica from play school. By the time we got there... I was asleep in the pram,
Oh.
and my mum was like, "I'm not waking him up."
Oh.
So there's just a photo of me asleep next to Monica, and she's crouched down next to the pram, smiling, and I'm just fast asleep in the pram. Aussie culture, what a vibe! What a vibe!
Well, in reality TV news, there's a new reality TV show coming to Australia. And every time I hear those words, I shudder.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Australia never gets it right with every fucking reality show, no offence.
And I don't understand why.
I don't know what it is. Are we not dramatic enough to have a good reality show? Like, I feel like every time I watch a UK or an American reality show, which, by the way, I've been watching Selling the OC and I'm getting more and more into that whole series.
Good.
Like, it's gotten me hooked after watching.
You're going to rebrand to a real estate agent soon, I reckon, because this is what you do. You find something that you like, then you just watch all the things about it, then you research it more, and suddenly you've got your own property
Saunders
company.
Real Estate Co.
Yeah. Watch this space.
Anyway, I've been watching that, and they're just the drama is just on another level, almost to the point where it seems like a joke. Like the way that they argue, I can't ever see Aussies doing that.
Yeah.
Like I know ages ago we spoke about how I couldn't see Australians ever doing Love is Blind because I think we're too laid back to ever do something like that. So maybe that's why Aussie reality shows just are never the same, because maybe it's our laid backness. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Is that why? For any of you who haven't seen it, the show is called Made in Bondi. So it's like the Made in Chelsea, those kinds of shows. Essentially just like hot people of Bondi. I don't know what they're going to be doing. I've never watched Made in Chelsea. Have you?
No.
Is it just following their lives and them going out for dinner and drinks and parties and events?
I think, well, I'm going to assume so, because I've never really watched it. The only one I've watched that's similar is The Only Way is Essex, which is almost a little worse because it's like half scripted. So it's meant to be real, but also some things are very, which I don't know if that's a UK thing where they have to like just disclose that it's not
What
as
do
real
they
as
say
possible.
that it's not?
Yeah, at the start of the episode, it's like some of these, there's a disclaimer. I don't know what it says, but it
gotcha.
comes up and it says like, this is a partly a work of fiction and also truth as well.
It might be a UK law that they have to state.
Yeah, maybe. So not like, your Geordie Shores where it was just all real. Like
I
Made in
fucking loved
Essex.
that show back in the day.
What's it called? The Only Way is Essex, sorry.
Yeah.
Is like Kardashians kind of, but you can tell that some of the conversations are really forced and scripted. Yeah, but anyway, Geordie Shore, amazing. And remember when they all came to Australia, I was going to all the clubs to meet them. I was going to the Ivy, I was going to Woodport on the Central Coast, I was meeting Gary B. No, what was his name? Yeah, Gary B. Gary B. Gaz? Gazza?
Charlotte's parsnip penis.
Yeah, the parsnip penis. That's
Why
right.
did she call him Parsnip Penis?
Does it look like a parsnip?
TV was just different back then, wasn't it?
I know. It was just so rogue.
And didn't
so
she always
good.
wet the bed?
I can't remember. Geordie Shore feels like a fever dream to me. Like I
Yeah.
watched the entire thing and I cannot remember. And remember waiting each week, and all anyone at school would talk about was Geordie Shore for the whole week. We'd all wait for the next episode and then we'd all get to school the next day, because back then there was not much communication online after school. Like, it's not like you were jumping on MSN to tell people about Geordie Shore, but you'd get to school the next day and be like, oh, did you watch the episode last night? Yeah, but anyway, Made in Bondi. Who asked for this? Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm going to commit to watching it when it comes out. I think it launches in August.
Yeah.
I'm going to commit to watching it because I
Okay.
want to see what the go is.
Yeah, and I think that may have been what Channel 7 was going for here, because, sorry, but out of everywhere you could have put this show, Channel 7 seems like a rogue place to put it for me personally.
Why?
I just think it would have been like more suited to a Netflix like Byron Bay's or Amazon Prime or something like that. Even like Hey You could have done it.
Yeah.
Because they do a lot of reality TV. But yeah, I don't know. Made in Bondi. I just went out of every reality show we could have made in Australia. Who asked for this? One of the most... Oh, I don't want to piss off the Bondi people, but sorry. Like it's not that interesting, is it? It's not interesting. I don't want to know about people from Bondi. Give me people from fucking Griffith. You know what I mean? Give me people from Orange. I want made in Orange. I want made in Bathurst.
Tamworth.
I want made in Wodonga. I want made in Adelaide. That's got a nice ring to it. You know what I mean?
Made in Adelaide.
Made in Bondi. And I feel like we've had this before similar. Remember The Shire?
Yeah.
That show, The Shire, which was very The Only Way is Essex in the sense that it was definitely forced and not scripted, but I guess like they were like, okay, you're going to go in here today.
Sit down and go and talk about this topic.
Yes, exactly. I think the problem is as well as the first season is always going to be the worst season.
Yeah. And then if it doesn't make it, I feel like then they're never going to get the opportunity to make it
make
better
it
because it'll
good.
just flop and they'll be like, cut it.
Exactly. That's like Byron Bay's, I feel. Byron Bay's, the first season was like, but like if they really took on people's feedback and made it a good show, like it could have been really good, but it was just like really fucking rogue. I think it's jarring as well because we're so used to watching reality TV from America that then hearing our Australian accents in a reality television.
It doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Although I will say Real Housewives of Melbourne
Is it good?
is probably, in my opinion, the best reality show Australia has produced. Real Housewives of Melbourne hit the nail on the head. Real Housewives of Sydney was real good the first season. The last season that came out, I don't even know if I watched it all. Yes, I did. No, I did. It was all right. I think Real Housewives know what they're doing. So I've been really happy with that as a reality show.
Is it the same like franchise, like the one that's filmed in Australia?
No.
Is it connected to the like American ones?
No, the only one that's connected to America that's outside of America is Dubai. So Bravo does Dubai, but anywhere else in the world is independent. Obviously, they need to get the licensing and everything like that from Bravo, and they know about it. But Andy Cohen and that whole team has nothing to do with the Australian one. I'm pretty sure Australia is Matchbox Productions, which is just an Australian company, and then they sell it to Foxtel or Binge or whoever wants to do it now.
There you go.
And yeah, I can definitely say Real Housewives of both Melbourne and Sydney.
I might have to watch one.
Fabulous. I'll start with Melbourne. I mean, you've got your Gina Lianos, your Janets, your Lydias, your Jackies. I mean, seriously.
Okay.
Petty flirts.
Your Petty Fleurs. You've got your Gambles, love. You've got your Gambles. You've got your Cheekers. Cheeka doesn't stick around, though. Poor thing. Miss her. Who else do you got? I even loved Venus. I love Venus. Okay, this is niche for all my Real Housewives of Melbourne people. I love when they're when in the season with Sally. One of my favourite quotes of Melbourne is when Gina goes, "I'm not going to hang with Sally. She can go fuck herself, but she's grieving at the moment, so I do feel sorry for her." And then Venus goes, "When I was in high school, the boys actually stole my lunchbox and they actually shat in my lunchbox." And Gina goes, "All right, Venus, well, that's a bit further than Sally's gone." That's my favourite quote. There's so many good quotes. Janet does this thing where she's like, "Everyone in Melbourne, everyone." So I'm in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. I'm on the dance floor in the middle of Brat Night at Poof Doof. There's very niche content again. In the middle of Melbourne, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. And this song comes on and I'm going on the middle of the dance floor. "Everyone in Melbourne, everyone!" Like Janet. And like, it's just one of those things where if you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't.
That's the thing I feel like with Aussies, like we are so iconic and the one-liners that we do spit out are amazing. So I feel like the fact that we kind of flop on reality TV, it's like such a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Did you know I filmed a reality show before? We filmed a pilot episode. Never went anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. It was with a network. I won't disclose which network, but surely I've spoken about this before, but it might have been somewhere else on the internet. But we filmed an episode of this reality show, and we were a certain network in Australia was going to pick it up, and it was between us and a few other people. And then it got down to us and one other reality show, but the other reality show ended up putting quite a few $100,000 forward to put into the budget.
Right.
Whereas
Money
I was like,
talks.
I got no money, babes. So they went with them because they could like put more of an investment in. But we filmed this whole episode. The episode is one of the best things I've ever seen. I am
still have it
convinced.
somewhere?
Yeah, I'm convinced that it's from the day of the ARIA Awards, the second time when I wore the little hot pants on the ARIA Awards. red carpet that day. So basically the show was a few different influencers, and each episode they followed a different person, and I was the pilot episode, so they followed me for the first one. And I don't know if it's because it's just me, but I'm obsessed. I'm like, this would be the number one show in Australia if it went anywhere, because it's iconic. So it follows me the entire day, and all the fucking stress and all the fucking this, that and everything. And the producers of the show, I like switched on after the fact of like how they make you feel. I remember one of the producers coming up to me, and I've put my outfit on, which I feel $1,000,000 in. I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah, the hot pants and the jacket and the chains and the glitter and the diamonds and everything. And she comes in, the producer comes in and goes, "Oh, is that what you're wearing?" And instantly my whole world has like crushed around me. I'm like, oh my God.
Why were they expecting you to wear a fucking tuxedo?
No, she said that to piss me off, so that then there's drama in the show.
Oh.
So then I get real fucking angry, and I'm like, it's actually so funny. I was even smoking ciggies at the time. I was a full-time smoker. So there's like footage of me running out to the balcony, stressing out, having a cigarette on the balcony, yelling at someone on the phone. And the weirdest thing is, like, I'm going to need you to get me a different pair of this and that and everything. So the thing is, you know how people say, like, there's like footage that comes out and people go, "I never said that." But it's like, there's footage of you saying it on a reality show, and they're like, "I never said that." So there's one point where this girl, another influencer who I absolutely love, she was like a little sister to me. She's not really around anymore. She doesn't do social media, but at the time, gorgeous. We had such a great relationship. So there's like this moment where I'm asking her to like get content for me, and the producers have been in my ear telling me I don't look good, blah blah blah, the car's late, we're going to miss the red carpet, all the rest of that, but there's nothing we could do, I'm taking the photos, whatever. All these little things are like adding up to like stress me out, right? And it's working. I'm having stress ciggies on the balcony and all. And so then she's taking the photos, and like I just can't take a good photo, which is my fault because I'm stressed. But I like take it out on her. And the way that I like spoke to her, which was so rude, when I watched the episode back, I had that moment where I was like, I never said that. There's no way I fucking said that. There's no way I've actually spoken to someone else like that.
But in the moment, you just didn't realise.
But obviously I have, because, you know, so when people blame the edit, or they say, I never said that, or they, you know, and you think to yourself, oh my God, but like the camera literally shows you doing it. Like you clearly have. It's a weird psychological thing. Because to me, half the things that happen in that episode, I, 1, don't remember happening, and 2, don't remember saying. And it's really alarming that, like, I mean, I didn't say anything that bad. I just go, wow, that person that I'm watching, I'm going, that doesn't seem or sound like me. Do you know what I mean?
So
it's really interesting. But I'll show you the episode. We might, if we ever do a High Scrollers live tour.
You could show it.
Perhaps we could play a couple clips. I'd have to get some permissions from some people, but I'm sure it would be fine. Do a live viewing party. Anyway, like I've waffled on enough for today.
That's another episode done and dusted. You actually said on your story the other day, I don't know where you were, but you said done and dusted.
Yeah, no, it's in
Was it in your show?
Yeah, in the caption of that photo.
Done and dusted, yeah. And I was like, so you're welcome. Another episode done and dusted.
No, I love this one. I love when you say done and dusted. I hate when you say good morning. It's just the way it is, okay? Anyway, thank you for tuning in, Scrollers. We bloody love ya.
Don't forget to vote. Click the link in the bloody show notes if you're listening to the end. Also, thank you to all of you for leaving your hate comments.
Oh my God,
if you listened to a couple of episodes ago. Or it was last week?
Yeah, it was last week. I woke up and forgot that we had done that. And I even sent you a message the night before. I sent Brittney a message the night before and said, don't forget, tomorrow's episode is the episode where we say, leave us hate comments and pretend we've been cancelled. And I was like, so whatever you post tonight, remember that that's what's going to get, you know, those comments on it. Because you wouldn't want it to be like a sponsored post or a fake post or something. Like, make it something. Anyway, we posted our like nomination or finalist thing for the podcast award. Yeah.
Finalist.
And that worked well because everyone's been commenting on it. But anyway, I woke up and totally forgot that this was happening. And lo and behold, I've gone, oh my God. Like, it actually got me. And I experienced the thrill of getting cancelled for like 10 seconds. And then I went, oh, wait, I told people to do this.
I was reading through them and thinking, imagine this actually being real and experiencing this kind of fucking hate.
I know. And also, thank you to everyone who was so creative with it. It was just so funny. although I had to put up a couple of sponsored videos on
You deleting
TikTok.
the comments.
Yeah, I had to put up a few sponsored videos on TikTok, get my coin, but people were commenting on it and I had to delete those
That's like me.
ones.
I've got a fate post to do tonight that's going on my account too, and I'm worried scrollers are still going to be listening and then going to my most recent post and it's going to be on the fate account.
Yeah.
Rip.
Oh, well. Anyway, the point is we're waffling on, but have a great week. We'll see you on Friday with close friends. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars. And also, before I go, sorry.
Yeah.
We're running over time,
Hurry up, because
Producer
I'm
Hannah.
busting.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has rated us, because I remember, a few months ago we were like, no one's rated us. We need more ratings. Oh, they're smashing it on Spotify. We're almost at 4,000 ratings. Like, that's pretty good, because I think last time I checked I was 1,500. I thought that's not good enough.
They're finally coming around to the fact that we are legends. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Love you. I'm going to go eat these lollies and
You got to say line.
What line?
Anyway, better let you go.
I've never said that before in my life. Anyway, Darla, I better let you go. I've got to go choose the arch window.